going to be installing a storm door today. A little bit of fun. And what this has is one set of instructions for right hinge operation. And the other side is for left hinge operation. Shows you the little picture and tells you to flip it over. So mine's a right hinge operation. So I'm going to get it going. First thing we're going to want to do is check and make sure that our house door trim is securely attached and square. Okay, so here we go. We're going to check and make sure, one, everything's secure and attached. And then two, we're going to check and make sure it's square. And mine is not perfectly square, or my square is not perfectly square. One of the two. So we're going to have to make some adjustment. This side's good, but this side is good as well. Actually looks pretty good. Okay, next we want to check for existing door hardware interference, and if it would interfere, then we may want to consider flipping the door handle so it's on the opposite side. So let's do that. So here I'm just dry fitting the door to make sure that we're going to have enough room to clear our existing handle set. It looks like we will, so that's a good thing. This will actually be lifted up a little bit. There it is. Looks like it's going to work out good. Okay, next it calls for inserting and securing the glass, which I'm actually going to hold off on until I install the mounting of the frame and get that going first, since I'm pretty quickly running out of daylight. It shows to place the hinge rail tight against the right side of the door frame and slide it up to the top. So grab the hinge rail and do that, and use the first hole from the top only and mark it with a pencil. Remove the hinge rail, pre-drill, and attach the placeholder screw, and don't tighten it all the way. And when we put the X, we're going to put it inside the little slot there. Okay, so here's our hinge rail. We're going to slide this all the way up to the top. And, looks like mine was bent in shipping. So I'm going to have to unbend that. Looks like it was bent down there too. Oh boy. No big deal. Do a little customization. Yeah, looks like the deal got a little damaged in shipping. So I'm just going to bend it back here. Looks good. Pretty good. On that end, it looks like the same thing on the bottom. A little bit bent. Yeah, we'll work it out in time. No big. So now we're going to mark where our first hole is going to go and slide it up to the top. And lock it. And it calls for pre-drilling it. So we'll get it drilled in, and we'll leave it sticking out about 1/8 inch. Okay, got it drilled and left it sitting out about the 1/8 of an inch. There we go. First deal set in. Okay, so now it calls for inserting the glass. And it's going to do it to the gasket, so a little black gasket on this side is going to face the interior, or face the outside of the door. Insert it on there. Goes into place, and then we've got these rail inserts. These have some letters on it. That's obviously going to go inside. And inside this way. Okay, and it's got the letters on it to tell you to insert the edge. Right here. Insert this end with large print towards you. That makes no sense. Okay, so what you want to do here is you've got this writing on it, and this is the end that you want to insert with the print towards you. So it just faces down this way, and then you've got to push it into the side up here, just like this. And that way it just kind of snaps into place like that. And the same on the other side. Now if you did it this way, that's the wrong way. You'll need to pull it back out. Flip it over. You may have to use a screwdriver to kind of get it out. Actually did that the wrong way. The instructions are not the most user friendly, but we will manage. It is what it is. Here, this side, and push it in all the way. It gives a nice tight seal. Okay, and definitely not the easiest thing to get back out, but again, what you want to do is aim the letters towards you and then just kind of turn it to the side, and that'll be the way that it'll insert, just like that. And the easiest way to insert it is kind of grab it with two hands and then pull it over. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it isn't. Just going to say that's the way to get it done. There. Yeah, it doesn't pop in real easy, for sure. Getting the first little bit started, that's the real tough spot. And I can't ever imagine changing this to the screen, because that is just a lot to go through to change it. Anyway, I'll squeeze this all in and get it going. There we go. And once you get it kind of started, then the rest of it goes a lot easier. Getting that first little bit started is definitely the tricky part. Takes a bit of hand strength, for sure. I'll show you down here. Last little bit, it's going to be a little tricky. I use the blunt end of my screwdriver. Be careful for your glass. There we go. Tapped it in. Now we're nice and secure, both sides. Good to go. Okay, so next we're going to put the interior side of the door facing up and the top end of the door on this end. And then we've got our mounting piece we're going to position just this way, curved in, kind of curving towards the bottom, and line up our hinges here. It's a little bit easier if you have it mounted to a, if you can raise it up on a table or something. I'm just going to be raising it up by hand and going along, and we're going to secure the top hinge to this one here, and then we'll need to secure the other ones in similar fashion along and in line the same way. And we'll pre-drill the holes and insert the screws. If you don't have a table to put it on, you can really prop it up with something. So prop it up with my little socket set here. We just give it enough room to raise this side up off the ground, so we can line this up here. Just like so. And that'll just take the pressure off so that we can line everything up properly. Just like that and like that. No biggie. And this is these little 1/2-inch silver screws. Okay, and I didn't have a drill bit handy, but what I did have is a self-tapping screw, which is kind of nice because I can just reuse it again and again to drill all my pilot holes. Drill it in and take it on out. No big deal. So it's pretty cool. There we go. There's my pre-drilled hole, and then I can drive my screw and I'll reuse the rest for the next one. Yep, so there's my pre-drilled hole, and now I can line it up, drive my screw in. And now I can pre-drill all the other holes much easier with my little self-trapping screw. Get the job done. Okay, screws all drilled and installed. And now on this end we're going to install our little extender. This will allow us to fit different opening sizes. Just kind of got to squeeze it and insert it here. Sounds easy, right? It mostly is. Just not entirely. That's all. Just to keep it interesting there. And you want to be careful as it's all sharp metal in there. But go ahead and just kind of tap it in with my Leatherman. There we go. And we'll extend it as needed. And then there's a little extra piece of weather stripping that it comes with to fill, that we can peel the adhesive back and put that inside. Keep everything from leaking. So that'll be next. Won't get too crazy with it yet until I get the door in place. Okay, now we're ready to hang the door on our mounting screw. Grab the door. And I'm gonna have to monkey a little bit with the little extender. It's hanging up a little bit here, so. So lift it up and in enough to get up over the sill. I do believe we're in now. Okay. Now on the inside we're going to need to pre-drill our lower hole. You have to kind of hold it and open it, and again need to make sure that we're extended all the way back, so I need to lift the deal a little bit there. There we go. And looks like I didn't need that extender too much, did I? In fact, that may be messing me up a little bit. A little bit of caulking here, gonna need to take that out. There we go. Get that out of the way. And just kind of feels like something else is hanging me up here. It feels that way. Oh, let's see. We're actually not mounted all the way up top. So I'm going to lift it and move it over a little bit. There we go. Now we're mounted. Yeah, in theory we can sit more flush. I'm gonna probably just gonna pre-drill my deal. Got a self-tapping screw here somewhere. There it is. Let's put that on and just drive it in. I'm gonna go with this one up here, right here. It on out, and I'll drive a bigger screw in, and then I'm going to test things out, because some of this is always a little custom. There we go. And now I can test it out. Get you guys some light here. Here we go. The wind's getting the door a little bit. Let's see. Close it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's going to be sweet. I'll use the self-closer to close it. It'll be good. And I kind of think my top screw could actually be over and in more, so I may reconfigure that. It's going to be a little tricky. I'll move it over, make that right, and that'll sync this up a little bit better. Sure why it didn't sit the first time, but we'll make it work. Okay, and before we get the bottom one too tight, we'll just want to move our little extender down all the way, which mine is pretty much down all the way. It's no big deal. We'll just finish it off, push it right to the foot, and we're good there. And if needed, you can add a little piece of weatherproof insulation. Mine looks pretty good there. So it's pretty good. Now we're ready for the face. And on the face, same thing, we can pre-drill our holes. Oh, I missed one here. And, yeah. I'll get you guys some light here. Looks like I missed one right here. Okay. I recently had an infestation of elderbugs, and got rid of most of those. And now I'm seeing some little tiny baby ones, a lot of them. And I don't know if these ones are elderbugs as well or not. I don't like them. That one right there is an elderbug, that's for sure. Okay. Elderberry bug. So anyway, these ones are going to go in the face. You want to push it, make sure it's nice and tight against the face, which mine is. Everything closes really good, so that's good. And then we'll go ahead and mount our deal to the face. And it's a little better to pre-drill it. And what I find works really good for pre-drilling is a self-tapping screw. Sometimes you don't have a drill handy, or you don't want to carry a whole drill set with you. A lot of times little self-tapping screw just gets you in there, get you out of there. Just enough to really get the job done. And you can get a lot of uses out of even one screw, so it's pretty cool. I drilled like 100 different holes over with one self-tapping screw bit. This comes in handy. Anyway, grab all these in the face, and that part will be done. Okay, next is going to be the top drip cap, which just goes up just like so. And what we want to do is verify that it's over the edge of the door and close the door. Okay, the instructions say that caulking it in is an option, but after doing a leak test, I'd highly recommend caulking it in. I'll show you in another video the leak test and then the repair on the Larson storm door, but I think you'll be much better served by just caulking it in up front. Just like so. See it nice and flush, and it's going to overlap about 1/8 of an inch to 1/16 of an inch on the side. That's good. Yeah. And this will just make a little drip cap, and you can caulk the top edge if you want to. And then I'll drill my hole and set the screws. No big deal. Again, if you want to, you can caulk the edge here just to make sure any moisture doesn't go down in there. Go across, so easy enough. Alright, coming along. Okay, next we're going to put our extender in the bottom of the other side track and push it on in, and we can extend this down as needed once we line it up on the door. Next we're going to place it up to the top of the door, tight against the drip gap, and then we're going to slide the extender down, and then we're going to install our latch rail. We're going to verify that the door closes freely without hitting the latch rail, and then we're going to pre-drill and fasten in with the screws, and we can also use the weather stripping to add it right to the very end there. So no biggie. Okay, I bought my door online, and unfortunately it came pretty bent here, right at the latch right here. So I'm going to have to just kind of do it custom. What I found is I had to close this end in, and then what I can do is pull it over, and this way the door won't hit once I'm finished. But right now it's bent a little that way, but I can just work it out just by, you know, installing and adjusting here, and I'll manage. No biggie. But there we go. That first one is going to be a little tricky. I'll slide it all the way up and get the top first or the bottom first. Slide it, hold it over like so. Right to about right there. Should be good. Uh-oh. Lost my light. That's not good. That's enough for me to see to try this one in theory. Only in theory. Okay, and it's getting kind of late, and so I can stop bugging my neighbors. I'm just going to go ahead and install the latch piece just so that it'll latch the door. So just one screw on the bottom, one screw on the top, and then you can still control it just by sticking a little handle in this piece in temporarily, and I'll be able to operate the latch in the morning. No big deal. So get it going for now, and then I can finish off the deal tomorrow. No big deal. Anyway, thanks for watching. Time for minutes.